5th August 2020 Morning Murli Om Shanti Bab Dada Madhuban. Sweet children, this most elevated confluence age is the age of benevolence. It is in this age that you have to become the masters of the land of Sri Krishna by studying. Question: why does the father place the urn of knowledge on the mothers? What is the one system that only continues in Bharat? Answer: the father places the urn of knowledge on the mothers so that they can make everyone become pure from impure by tying a rakhi of purity on them. Only in Bharat does the system of Raksha Bandhan exist. A sister ties a rakhi on her brother. This symbolizes purity. The father says, "Children, remember me alone and you will become pure. You will become the masters of the pure world." Song: no one is as unique as the innocent Lord. Om Shanti. This is the praise of the innocent Lord, the one who is called the bestower. You children know who gave Sri Lakshmi and Narayan the fortune of their kingdom. It must definitely have been God who gave it, because He is the one who establishes heaven. Just as the innocent Lord gave the sovereignty of heaven to Lakshmi and Narayan, so He also gave it to Krishna. Whether you say Radhe and Krishna or Lakshmi and Narayan, it is the same thing. However, there is no kingdom now. No one except the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, can give them that kingdom. Their births are said to be in heaven. Only you children know this. Only you children can explain about the birthday of Krishna. Since there is the birthday of Krishna, there must also be one for Radha, because both were residents of heaven. Radha and Krishna become Lakshmi and Narayan after their marriage. The main aspect is who gave them their kingdom, who taught them this Raj Yoga, and when. It would not have been taught in heaven. In the golden age, they are the most elevated beings. The golden age comes after the iron age. Therefore, they would surely have learnt Raj Yoga at the end of the iron age, so that they could attain their kingdom in their new birth. The old world changes into the pure new world. The purifier must definitely have come. Now no one knows what religion exists at the confluence is. This most elevated confluence age that has been remembered is between the old world and the new world. Lakshmi and Narayan are the masters of the new world. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, taught those souls Raj Yoga in their previous birth. In their new birth, they receive the reward of the efforts they make at this time. This is called the most elevated, benevolent confluence age. Someone must surely have taught them Raj Yoga at the end of their many births. In the Iron Age, there are many religions, whereas in the Golden Age, there is just the one deity religion. What is the religion that exists at the confluence age, in which they make effort and study Raj Yoga to attain their reward? In the Golden Age, it is understood that Brahmins are created through Brahma at the confluence age. It is also shown in the pictures that the land of Krishna is established through Brahma. Whether you call it the land of Vishnu or the land of Narayan, it is the same thing. You now know that you are becoming the masters of the land of Krishna through studying this and by becoming pure. These are the versions of God Shiva. It is the Krishna soul who becomes this at the end of his many births. He takes 84 births. In this 84 birth, he is named Brahma. Otherwise, where else would Brahma have come from? If God created creation, then where did Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar come from? How were they created? Was some magic performed that made them emerge? Only the fathers tell you their history. When someone is adopted, his name is changed. This one did not have the name Brahma before. It is said at the end of many births, therefore he must surely have been an impure human being. No one knows where Brahma comes from, whose last birth of many births is this. It can only have been Lakshmi and Narayan who took many births. The name, form, place, and time continues to change. The story of 84 births is written clearly in the picture of Krishna. Many pictures of Krishna are sold at the time of Janmashtami because everyone goes to a Krishna's temple. They go to a temple of Radhe and Krishna. Radhe would definitely be with Krishna. Radha and Krishna, the princess and the prince, then become Lakshmi and Narayan, the empress and emperor. They take 84 births and become Brahma and Saraswati in their last birth. The father enters him at the end of his many births and tells him, "You don't know about your births. You were Lakshmi and Narayan in your first birth. Then you took this birth." However, they have mentioned the name Arjuna, that Arjuna was taught Raj Yoga. They have made Arjun separate, but his name was not really Arjuna. There should be the life story of Brahma, but there is no mention of Brahma or the Brahmins anywhere. Only the Father sits here and explains these things. All of you children listen to these things and then explain them to others. They listen to devotional stories and then relate them to others. You listen to this and then relate it to others. This is the most elevated confluence age, the leap age, the extra age. When there is the leap month, there are 13 months. The festivals they celebrate every year are of this confluence age. No one knows about this most elevated confluence age. It is at this confluence age that the Father comes and inspires you to make a promise to become pure. He establishes the pure world out of the impure world. The system of Raksha Bandhan only exists in Bharat. A sister ties Rakhi on the wrist of her brother, but that Kumari then becomes impure. The Father has now placed the urn of knowledge on you mothers. This is why the Brahma Kumars and Kumaris inspire others to make a promise to become pure while they are tying a rakhi on them. The father says, "Remember me alone. and you will become pure and the masters of the pure world. However, there is no need to tie Rakhi, etc. This is just an explanation given to you. Sages and sannyasis ask for donation. Some say give your anger as a donation. Some say don't eat onions anymore. They ask for the donation of whatever they themselves don't eat. It is the unlimited Father who inspires you to make the most important promise of all. If you want to become pure, remember the purifier Father. You have been becoming impure since the Copper Age. The whole world now has to become pure, and only the Father can accomplish this. No human being can be the bestower of salvation for all. Only the Father makes you promise to become pure. Bharat used to be pure heaven. Only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the purifier. Krishna cannot be called the purifier. He takes births. His parents are also shown. It is Shiva alone who has a divine birth. He himself gives his own introduction of how he enters an ordinary body. He definitely has to take the support of a body. I am the ocean of knowledge, the purifier, and the one who teaches Raj Yoga. Only the Father is the creator of heaven and the one who inspires the destruction of hell. Hell doesn't exist when heaven exists. It is now the extreme depths of hell when the Iron Age has become completely Tamopradhan hell. The Father comes and creates Satopradhan heaven. He makes it 100% pure from 100% impure. The first birth will definitely be Satopradhan. You children have to churn the ocean of knowledge and give lectures. Each one's way to explaining will be different. The Father himself explains one thing today and something else tomorrow. It cannot be the same explanation all the time. Even if someone were to listen to these things accurately from a tape, he wouldn't be able to relate them accurately. There would definitely be some difference. You know that everything that the Father tells you is fixed in the drama. He tells you today, word by word, exactly what he told you a cycle ago. This record is recorded. God Himself says, I speak to you the exact words that I spoke to you 5,000 years ago. The shooting of this drama has already taken place. There cannot be the slightest difference in this. Such a tiny soul is filled with the record. You children understand when the birth of Krishna took place. It would be said to be a few days less than 5,000 years before today because he is now studying. The new world is being established. You children should have so much happiness in your hearts. You know that the Krishna soul has been around the cycle of 84 births. He is now returning to the name and form of Krishna. It is shown in the picture how he is kicking the old world away and holding the new world on his palm. He is now studying. This is why it is said that Sri Krishna is coming. The Father definitely teaches him at the end of his many births. Krishna will take birth when this study comes to an end. Little time remains for this study. Krishna definitely has to take birth. After all, the innumerable religions have been destroyed. It will not just be Krishna alone, there will be the whole land of Krishna. It is you Brahmins who study Raj Yoga and then claim the deity status. You become deities through this knowledge. The Father comes and changes ordinary human into deities through this study. This is a Pathshala. This takes the most time. The study is easy. It is yoga that requires effort. You can tell them how the Krishna soul is now studying Raj Yoga with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Shiv Baba is teaching us souls through Brahma in order to give us the kingdom of the land of Vishnu. Will children of Prajapita Brahma are Brahmins. This is the confluence age. This is a very small age. The top knot is the smallest. Then bigger than that is the face, then the arms, then the stomach, and then the legs. They show a variety form images, but no one is able to give an explanation of it. You children have to explain the secrets of the cycle of 84 births. After the birth of Shiva, there is the birth of Krishna. This confluence age is for you children. The Iron Age has finished for you. The father said, sweet children, I have now come to take you to the land of peace and the land of happiness. You were residents of the land of happiness, and you then went to the land of sorrow. You call out, Baba, come to this old world. This is not your world. What are you doing now? You are establishing your world with the power of yoga. It is said that non-violence is the supreme religion of the deities. You have to become non-violent. Neither must you use the sword of lust, nor must you fight or quarrel. The Father says, I come every 5,000 years. It is not a question of hundreds and thousands of years. The Father says, while giving donations, doing tapasya, and having sacrificial fire, etc., you have continued to come down. It is only by studying knowledge that you can have salvation. Human beings are sleeping in the sleep of Kumbhakarna. They don't awaken at all. This is why the Father says, I come every cycle. I too have a part in the drama. I cannot do anything without a part. I am also tied in the bondage of this drama. I come at my precise time according to the drama plan. I take you children back home. I now say Manmana Bhava, but no one understands the meaning of this. The Father says, renounce all bodily relations and remember me alone, and you will become pure. You children continue to make effort to remember the Father. This is God's university. There cannot be any other university of God that can grant salvation to the whole world. God the Father comes and changes the whole world Himself. He changes it from hell into heaven, where you rule. Shiva is also called Babulnath, means Lord of Thrones, because he comes and liberates you from the sword of lust and purifies you. On the path of devotion, there is a great deal of external show. Here you have to remember the Father in silence. Those people do all types of Hatha Yoga, etc. Their path of isolation is totally separate. They believe in the Brahm element. Those who believe in that element are those who have yoga with the elements. That is the residence of souls, which is called Brahmand. Those people consider the Brahm element to be God and think that they will merge into that. This means that they make souls mortal. The Father says, I come and grant salvation to everyone. Only Shiv Baba grants salvation to everyone. Therefore, he is like a diamond. He takes you to the golden age. This birth of yours is also as valuable as a diamond. You then go into the golden age. It is the Father who comes and teaches you this knowledge through which you become deities. This knowledge then disappears. Lakshmi and Narayan neither have knowledge of the Creator nor of creation. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste to the spiritual father and good morning. Essence for dharana. First point, while living in this old world, become doubly non-violent and establish your new world with the power of yoga. Make your life as valuable as a diamond. Second point, churn the things that the Father tells you and then relate them to others. Constantly maintain the intoxication of knowing that when this study comes to an end, you will go to the land of Krishna. Blessings. May you truly die alive and transform all wastefulness with pure intentions and elevated feelings. Explanation. Baptada's Srimad is children do not listen to anything wasteful, nor speak anything wasteful, or think anything wasteful. Always think with pure feelings and speak auspicious words. Listen to anything wasteful with pure intentions. Be one who has pure and positive thoughts for others, and they will transform the intentions behind the words. Always let your intentions and feelings be elevated. Transform yourself and do not think about transforming others. Transformation of the self becomes transformation of others. In this, let me be first. Only in this life of dying alive is there pleasure. This is known as the great sacrifice. In this, die happily. This dying is living. This is the true donation of life. Slogan. With concentration of thoughts, elevated transformation takes place at a fast speed. Om Shanti.